Okay, I don't look hideous. Good enough.
All right, Jesticles, we're back. It's Thursday. We're doing the thing again. And we once again have my good friend Shane of StoneOrbits.com to talk about his coolest toy ever, the Duo Orbit chip, which conveniently enough works really well in gloves. So I will get right to it. Let's get into some stuff with the boy. How's it going, man? Hang on, let me unmute you. All right, go ahead. How's it going, man?
It's going great. It's going great. Been hard at work making, LEDs and stuff.
Oh yeah?
Blink, blink, blink.
Hard at work. That's what we like to hear. So how many do you got in this next batch?
The next batch will have 100 again, 100 sets.
Awesome. Awesome.
But what I'm what I'm really hoping to do is get the following batch on quite like in half the time that it normally takes to get each batch.
Gotcha. So you're just trying to speed up the batches so it gets to the point where you don't have to batch and it's just you got product.
Eventually I'll catch up and I'll be in stock. It's like I've got this really crazy balancing act going on with the batches, and I'm sure someone will find this. But yeah, so like when a batch is active, I've sold it out. It's gone in a day, which is great. I love that. That's amazing. It's frustrating for the community who
wants to get stuff, who can't get it that day. But
it's good for the business. But then the next 4 weeks, usually, it's been about 4 weeks each time. I'm not usually available for the entirety of the next 4 weeks, so it takes a little longer. But for the next 4 weeks of working time, I'm filling those orders that I sold in a day.
Right.
So it's not necessarily.
It gives you time to catch up,
Right. I have to catch up because that's 100 orders, and that's more than I've ever done. And doing 100 orders in a month is like 5 times what I previously do in on average.
Well, clearly the community likes your product, so that's definitely a good thing.
Right, and now between the batches, like right now, I'm able to stock products and start working ahead, because even if I don't have the actual hardware to sell, I can print all the plastic parts. This is a bag full of the actual sleeves for Duos.
Oh yeah. I didn't get my Charger Duos text like I usually do on Thursday, so I gotta go ahead and plug mine in real quick. But that's cool because they'll charge in like 20 minutes and then they'll be ready to use. I love that. It's one of my favorite things.
It's nice. And yeah, so printing ahead, which is what I'm able to still do even between batches, that speeds up the delivery. Just the experience of assembling hundreds and hundreds of chips is speeding up the assembly. And then when I'm able to fill those orders faster than 4 weeks, like theoretically, I could do this next batch in 2 weeks. So everyone who orders let's say they sell out on the first day again, everyone who orders them should receive them 2 to 3 weeks after that date.
Dave says he sent my text. Oh, he did. I just didn't see it. Sorry, Dave. I called you out and I was wrong. My bad, bro. You're always the goat, Dave. I just missed the text, so that's on me. That's
It's okay. That's why we have such lovely friends.
That's why we have such lovely technology to be able to to be able to charge it up within that short time frame.
Yeah, like 20 minutes without having to even think about it. You just set them up and forget about it and come back.
So there's nothing
Right.
about the Duo itself that other than the printing of the case and the chip, right? Or the printing of the
Yeah.
case and the printing of the wrapping, basically
Yeah.
the casing, not just
Like the casing
not just
and
the
then
container, but the case. There's two words for
right.
case here.
Exactly. Basically,
So
right here is a whole set of Duo. This is a 3D printed box with an electronic circuit inside
mhm,
of it that's set up for charging, and
mhm,
then 10 individual circuits ready for use as light toys,
right,
and 10 of these. And
right.
that's all, and that times 100 or 1,000 really
Yeah,
takes 4 weeks.
it's really the problem then for you is scaling up the 3D printing process, not necessarily scaling up the production of the chips themselves.
Yeah, I could. That's more of the limitation on the production of the chips is more an expense thing, which after these first two sales, I can afford bigger batches.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a choice. Do I want bigger batches or more batches?
Well, what you're gonna want to do first is you're gonna wanna do more printers first and then do bigger
Yeah,
batches. That's honestly,
already.
yeah.
Already got 3 printers now,
Oh
up
my
from one in
goodness.
the first
All
batch.
right. He's got himself a print tower going. We love to see it.
Yeah, yeah, it's a print. It's called a print farm
A
on
print
most of the time.
farm. Awesome.
But yeah, that's it is a tower. My print farm is a tower.
I love that. I love that.
um, Yeah, it's really nice. It's so like liberating to be able to have this many printers, and I know they're running right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I ran out of time today. Like I've just been busy, busy, busy.
Got
I
all
should
got all sorts
getting
of
them
shit to
started
do
in the morning.
before the drop, huh?
Right. Yeah, yeah. A lot of it's been like I have a lot of stuff pre-printed. So the printing is not super crucial right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot of that assembly time, which I'm getting faster at. So and so this is the big struggle. All of this is true. I have a lot to print, a lot to assemble, a lot to pay for shipping and producing, and then I have to put it all together in a reasonable amount of time to get them all to the customers.
Mm-hmm.
But while I'm doing that, there are other projects that I need to work on.
Yeah.
There's the Vortex engine update for the Vortex Orbit and Omega handles.
Oh yeah.
There's the Vortex engine update for the Vortex gloves, which they're already running. I don't think they ship running the Vortex engine yet. Actually, there's a ready version for it, but we made so many changes so quickly to accommodate the duos that everything kind of got pushed aside and is waiting for the final level of polish to make sure it's all in line and functional with the standard that we set for the duos.
Right. Not to mention the
Um,
Chroma deck, which is still
Not
coming
to
eventually.
mention the Chroma deck
Chroma deck.
and and
Oh yeah.
actually another orbit and handles that I'm working on that is going to be the new like entry level orbit rechargeable orbit, whereas like the Vortex is like a high end premium customizable one. This is our little sneak preview of the new orbit and big boy handles.
Nice.
I'll have more to say on those later. But yeah, developing on these, developing on the Chrono deck, finishing development on the Vortex gloves, the Vortex orbit, and the Omega handles. And also, there's another project after all of that that I'd like to get started on, but I will not until all of this is done.
Yeah. All right. Well, definitely keep a few secrets, but we love to see that you're keeping busy. And Dave says caution eventually will saturate the market, which leads me to the point. Yeah, you might want to keep doing the same size batches,
Right,
until
right.
those batches don't sell out anymore, and then
Exactly.
start kind of gauging how much you want to just like keep stock of things.
Right. I kind of want to keep pace with the community when
Mm-hmm.
they want more stuff, or if it clearly is just not enough, like I'm selling out in the first day, 4 or 5 batches in.
Right.
Yeah, more frequent batches probably makes sense. Maybe bigger batches,
Right.
but either way, it's going to end up in more availability
Mm-hmm.
overall.
Right.
Without the goal is to not overload my production, and then also overload the community with suddenly there's such an availability of it that
Right.
the demand goes down and the product is no longer in it has much excitement and it's fine.
Right.
Um, not to say that I'm keeping it limited on purpose. It's just it all works out for many reasons.
Yeah, I mean, you are still just one guy putting all this stuff together, so well, you
and that's
gotta
the
think
thing.
about that.
Right now, during this delay between two batches, I've had more time than ever to actually work on these other products that
That's
have been
awesome.
waiting for me.
That's
And
good.
not just me. There's Daniel and other people have shown interest in joining like our team for development. So we're still making progress, but like it helps to have me working on it.
Sure.
And so
Dave
yeah,
also
having
says, so what's the
time.
new project? I promise I won't tell anyone. Somehow I don't believe him about that second part.
The new project right now is the Chroma deck, and that's all I can say.
Let's all right, Chroma deck, let's go, baby.
That we've got orbits and light show accessories to release, and
Yeah.
I things that are on my mind. Maybe it would be a fun thing to share. I'd love to have like a poi option, a really dedicated poi option. Although the new orbit handles might double as poi. I don't know. We'll see. That's kind of
You
a
definitely could probably get those slipped into some big ass silicone sleeves and call them
right.
poi. So,
And that's another thing. It's not so much poi that interests me as a rechargeable, high quality glow stick. I think poi has been done to death, but actual LED rechargeable glow sticks, I don't know if really a single option exists. I've seen one.
There's a few, but
yeah,
they're questionable. And frankly, I would love to see. I'd love to see like a lightsaber chassis, somehow, like some chip that you could plug into NeoPixel.
Right, and my only like reluctance to move towards lightsabers is the sheer amount of durability that is required. They need unflinching durability, which means plastic printed bodies for the handles are basically unacceptable.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But what I'm saying is if you could build something that just goes into any hilt, then and then use the electronics that put onto any NeoPixel, basically all you'd need to do is then put the VORTEX technology into a chip that fits inside a lightsaber already, a chassis that fits inside a lightsaber already, and then it would fit in any metal hilt, and you'd have a VORTEX compatible lightsaber.
Yeah, and that is a very good idea. And I think that's very practical to approach it like that. Especially seeing as lightsabers, they don't move very fast, they're compared to other POV toys.
Right.
They really don't use persistence of vision per se. They kind of just use glow.
They can. They certainly can.
Yeah, they can. I've seen a few, but I've never seen
I will say, yeah, you're right that the lightsabers that I see using smart pixel technology usually aren't as captivating as just hard, straight, fast ribboning, But there is to say there's room for multiple colors and different modes and different flashing patterns and stuff like that all ribbon still. So
maybe you know what I've never seen, and I don't know why. There's probably a reason, but there might not be. A vision saber.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they have vision sabers. Like they can do.
So Flow Toys makes a pixel saber. So does. There's one other place I think that does it, but I've seen them. And technically speaking, now, I wouldn't really call it a vision saber. It's just a NeoPixel version of the lightsaber. So
okay. Because I've seen wands, I've seen poi, I've seen stabs, I've seen hoops. I've seen all of these things.
Flow Toys definitely has a sword version. That's.
They have a sword. Find.
No, I was shocked too when they came out with it. I was like, wow.
Wow.
But honestly, I've seen it in person. It's kind of small, kind of thin, not really my style.
I'm looking at it now. It doesn't quite look sabery. It looks like a staff or wand.
Yeah, it's more wand than saber in my mind. Forrest says, did I miss the expected date for the next batches, or when is he able to get to them? My brother in Christ, it is tomorrow. Your next batch is tomorrow. Tomorrow at noon?
Yes, tomorrow at noon.
Noon Pacific time?
Yes.
Noon Pacific time. So if you're in Pacific time, that's 12 o'clock. If you're not in Pacific time, if you're in Mountain time, that is 1 o'clock. Central 2 o'clock. Eastern 3 o'clock. If you're on the other side of the world, I'm not doing the math for you. Go do it yourself.
It might already be time.
It might already be time. You never know. No, it's got to be time for him at least. That's for sure.
Right.
That's how that works. But yeah, tomorrow at noon, you guys can expect to get the batch number 3. We'll see if it sells out.
Nice.
Jump and a few other PMs will be swooping tomorrow. Yeah, no, I don't doubt that a good solid amount of them will be yoinked right away. So stay frosty, people. Do not slack. Do not crack a lack, because you will come back with some flack otherwise. Yeah, that's right. I did that. But anyways, 12 o'clock noon, if you want to get in on the batch for the next set of duo chips.
Yeah, so far they've sold out in the first day, so but not like in the first hour or anything. So if you want them, just set your timer, come at noon, and you'll get some. Come at 1 or 2, you'll probably get some. The later you go,
the more it could blow.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know why I got to rhyme everything right now, but it's fun.
Yeah,
so.
Right. But you don't have to be there and checking out in 10 seconds. You're good. Good. But maybe in 20.
Did you know the phrase "be there or be square" means that because you're not around? Oh my God! Right? I never thought about that. All right. Well, anyways, be there, be square. Don't be around.
I've never heard that very factual explanation before.
Because you're not around.
It must be a square. Be there or be a triangle.
I love that. So anyways, Nom's grabbing some. What's up, Nom? I'm in the chat.
Yeah.
Smash that like button for Shane, y'all, for making a really cool set of light toys. Or smash that like button for Neo Sabers, who sent me this lightsaber. Like, I just got it today.
Nice. Is it it's a NeoPixel?
Yeah. It's the one one that replaces the one that we tried to fix.
Oh.
So they sent me one that was almost identical to this one a while back. I just hit the button again.
That is so cool. I love the way that looks. This is how I wanted a lightsaber to look.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's called the Jade Hunter, I think. But it's all silver and white, and it's got the crystal chamber.
I love the internal RGB, but I really love the way they're running the colors on the saber. It's very compelling. It doesn't look like a Jedi lightsaber, red, green, blue, whatever, but it does look like a high-tech, modern LED toy that's got some fucking juice in it.
Well, what's cool is you've got so many different ways to like program this thing too. And it's just like any other light toy in that sense. And you know the thing that lightsabers got on most other light toys that I don't think is even necessary is the sound effects, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have the humming and the buzzing and all that. And for most light toys, it's like, nah, I'm gonna make it quiet.
It's funny. A little traditional bit that is always going to be there.
Nam says, where can we find that link? The crystal is dope as fuck. The link is neosabers.com. That's neosabers.com. It might be neosaber.com, actually, without the S. Let me double check that. I gotta double check that because, information. Neosabers. No, it's with the S. It is, in fact, with the S. And if you use code JEST, imagine that. It'll do something for you. I don't think it's like 5% or whatever. Imagine that. It'll do something for you. But
That's
yeah,
so
it's
cool.
this one's pretty nice. This one's
Oh,
some
there it is,
good.
Jade Hunter Pro.
Jade Hunter Pro is what it's called, and it's got the Xeno Pixel option, which makes the blade all fancy and internal and electronics and whatnot. So,
Huh. Yeah,
shout
did
out
you
to
see?
Neo Saber for sending me
Did you
the cool
see
thing.
this? Bro, did you see the
It's really
samurai
loud.
saber?
The samurai saber? What? No.
Yes, they got one that looks like a samurai sword, but is a lightsaber.
Oh, you mean this one?
The Zero Saber. Here, I'm gonna send a
You're talking about
picture.
the dark
Oh.
saber?
No. Let me show you. I'm gonna send a picture in the chat.
Okay. Nam says,
Look at
which
this.
variation is that one? I'm pretty sure it's the Jade Hunter Pro. I'm not sure if it's the Jade Hunter or the Jade Storm, though. So check
Why is
both
it
of them.
not
It's the one with the
allowing
silver etchings on it. There's 2 variations, I'm pretty sure.
Can't send messages in the chat. It says upload failed. Something went wrong.
Oh no. Where are you trying to send it?
In our chat in where we're having our video chat. Discord.
Oh, just send it to me either on Facebook or in direct message on Discord.
I can do this. I can interweb. My friend.
He's got this. Believe it.
Here. No, not close the. Oh, I just click on. Send the picture. Look at this. Look at this thing. This thing is fucking.
Oh,
What?
yeah, okay. It genuinely looks like a katana hilt. Yeah.
Right?
That's dope.
It's
yeah, they have
sick.
so many different kinds of things up there.
Ew.
Any kind of lightsaber that you want, they've got a style for you.
Yeah.
So.
And are
It's
these
cool
good
stuff.
flow sabers?
No, absolutely not. They're not flow sabers. They will break if you drop them. I promise you that. If you're looking for flow toys that are lightsabers, you can either go to genuineflowsabers.com. They're the ones that sent me. He's the one that's the original flow saber. Hang on one second.
Yeah. See, this is my issue.
Sent me.
Yeah.
The original flow sabers made this short silver hilt that is basically a weapon, an actual weapon when you take the thing out of it. And this was the hilt that the ever famous Michelle C. Smith did her butterfly kick video that broke the internet and Daisy Ridley talked about. She used this hilt basically. And then they made their new version. They sent me this one when they made their new version. This is the Flow Saber Carbon. It's modular. It's NeoPixel.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bit of a bludgeon on this side as well. But I talked to them about that, and they're going to make a rubber pommel. So this is one of the best flow sabers you can get. But the best flow sabers you can get are made by Saberflex Workshop. And they are custom built. Each one is custom handmade, kind of like you do your stuff. But the absolute greatest. I've got like 6 of his models. I will never get enough of his material. So flowsabers.com or not saberflux.com for the best flow toy lightsabers you can get. Absolutely.
Do any of them do that beautiful NeoPixel rainbow sliding?
So
effect?
supposedly the Flow Saber Carbon is supposed to do it. I have spent I have a couple of gripes with this one. The reason that this is not the best flow toy in my mind is because I can't figure out how to program it to do the rainbow NeoPixel thing.
Sure.
And also the programming function is 2 buttons, and the 2 buttons are right here. And the way you hold or press the buttons makes things happen that is really fucking confusing all the time. And also those buttons jut out just enough that they can get pressed when they're touching other things. So it's like, I store this and it'll turn itself on. And I'm like, bruh, please don't. So there's a couple of things about this one that makes it just not quite what I want it to be.
Right.
I have mentioned all of those things to the maker, and I think he's handling stuff. So we'll see what he does we'll see what he does for the next batch.
Yeah.
But like I said, the absolute greatest piece of technology, flow sword technology I own is made by Christian of Saberflex Workshop. So go get one of his if you can. If it's, he makes them in batches as well, which the batches sell out in a day. So good fucking luck.
I mean, it's unfortunately for a small business, that is the best model to both keep you.
It really is.
Like not overwhelmed with order volume and keep the product hot and popular for as long as it should be. Because it's really unfortunate when a product that is still in its prime starts losing interest because it's too available, which is ridiculous. From a customer perspective, it's ridiculous. Make it available, obviously, but it's really if you want it to keep selling, sometimes you have to just do the best you can. Keep it reasonably available.
Supply and demand is a really, really fickle thing, and it's just like if you're oversaturating the market, there's gonna be a huge drop off in success. But Nam also asks how many lightsabers you got, and man, that is such a fucking loaded question.
You got at least 15.
I don't actually have a solid number, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. At least 13. At least 13. I don't know if I have more than that. I definitely have like broken ones that I'm not counting. So it depends on what you count as a lightsaber, I guess.
I've technically got 2 here that you gave me to work on for a side project.
That's right. I've given some away. I gave JJ one. I've got a lot of lightsabers. Listen, I've got lightsabers, all right? When you join the dark side, you take a lightsaber from every Jedi you kill, okay? So I got a few. I got quite a few.
There you go.
See this? Order 66 had quite a few of them left over, so.
Order 66 was Black Friday for lightsabers.
That is absolutely that is facts. Lightsaber retailers were just like, "Yo, let's grab these. We got no overhead. This is good."
Use like new, minimal blood stains.
Minimal blood stains and battle damage.
Absolutely. Yeah. See, if we're talking Neo Sabers, I could make one of those.
I think you could. I really think you could. See, all you really have to do is take a look at how they'd make their chassis, their internal mechanisms, which let's look.
The tube.
It's basically just a tube. This is the battery part of the tube, and then the other part of the tube. This one's not a good example because this tube is literally connected to the crystal chamber as well, and then the crystal chamber is connected to the NeoPixel pins. But basically, the only thing that you have to do is figure out how to get a brain in there, a brains transplant. That's all you got to do.
And the NeoPixel like ends are standard.
Yeah.
The saber part.
Yep.
No, that's actually not a big project, especially if I don't have to design the tube that has to be somewhat durable, and I don't have to design the metal chassis. As long as I have to just put in a controller and a small chamber, that's reasonable.
Yep, that's basically all there is to it. Is put in a brain and put in a driver for the lights.
That's the thing. The hard part comes when it has to be a flow ready prop. A lightsaber, not a big deal.
Yeah, no. If you're just making a lightsaber, it's real easy. But if you're gonna make a flow toy version of it, what I would recommend doing is building your chassis from the ground up out of a type of material that is going to take a shock for sure.
I don't have the capabilities to work with those kind of materials. I don't have any woodworking or metalworking in my facility here.
I happen to know that there is a certain kind of 3D printable material that'll bounce. So,
well, that's true, but that doesn't solve the problem.
No, but it'll keep the internals from breaking, is what I'm saying.
If only. In my experience, the flexible materials can be enough to supply some cushion, but it depends on against what kind of weight we're talking.
Well, sure. I mean, like cords will break, and I've broken every breakable mechanism inside the lightsaber, made by Saberflux. But they use a type of material, and I don't even know what it is, so I couldn't give away the secret if I wanted to. But he uses a type of material that the chassis has not broken ever.
Well, but is it a metal or a plastic or like a rubber?
It's like a rubber plastic composite thing that he 3D
Oh,
printed.
so they got rubber on the outside, plastic.
No, it's like just like really, really soft plastic 3D print material. I don't know how to describe it other than it's like a rubber, almost silicone in between material that has some give to it. I don't know what it is. That's the problem. It's a secret that he keeps because obviously it's probably trade secrets. But
I mean,
all I'm saying is if he found it, then someone else who knows how to do 3D printing could probably find something.
There's only a few materials in 3D printing that have the qualities described.
Well, then maybe he has some sort of super secret formula, and I'm giving away the bacon here. I don't know. Sorry, Christian.
If I were to buy a saber, probably understand what it was made from, unless has his own original blend of materials, in which case it wouldn't matter if I bought one.
Yeah, no, I don't think he has his own original blend of materials, but if he does, then I got to give him more credit than that, because it's definitely something that he has put a lot of time and effort into, and I got to give him credit where the credit is due for making a saber that it really doesn't break often, and when it does break, he fixes it for me. So
that's really nice.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I'm reluctant to work on a flow saber ever, simply because of the much stricter material requirements. After working on orbits, which get smashed around, and seeing how hard it is to make those not break, which I've gotten to a good enough place, I'm very little interest in tackling a harder project in that regard.
Oh yeah, no, that makes total sense, but
for a bit, just like a Neo Saber style, where it's just like pretty and you carry it and you don't hit people with it, that's very approachable.
Oh yeah,
and future projects that I would like to work on, they are going to be in the non-POV realm and modular. So there might be like a natural saber progression from that.
Interesting. So you'd be able to make like a hilt that can put in different kinds of attachments, or put in put a stick together that you can then just kind of modularly put other things on it.
It would be a controller that's modular.
Gotcha.
And what kind of LEDs it's running.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I think that could be adapted into a lightsaber if someone were to supply the chassis and the LEDs, or at least the tube the LEDs go in.
Sure.
And yeah, I guess it would have different options for power source.
Well, we would love to see any new projects that you create. We're hecka excited about the duos tomorrow for sure.
Oh yeah, that's gonna
obviously
be nice.
I am a bit biased when it comes to wanting you to make the lightsaber. So
right, and I totally understand. I it's not that I don't want to make a lightsaber. It's that I don't want to go through the effort. I would love to have made a lightsaber. I don't want to do the making.
No, I feel you. It's a lot of work for sure. But thanks for being here. Do you have anything else particular you want to let them know about the batch tomorrow?
Yes. Well, not necessarily the batch tomorrow. Other than it will hopefully be followed by another one, which I've been waiting to make sure that there were no production errors in the first couple batches before I started speeding up production.
Sure.
Because that would have been really problematic if I was just sending out bad units fast.
And it seems like you got ahead of the game on some of the generic cases. So if people just want generic cases, they won't really have to wait around, right?
Yeah, that's that. The point is, if you're getting the lowest cost case, it goes a little faster. But all orders are served in the order in which they're received.
Sure.
So if you're the first person to place an order, you're the first person to get a set. If you're the last person to place an order, you're likely the last person to receive it.
That seems only fair to me.
Yeah,
You're
it's
only
pretty.
one guy. If you
Sometimes
had
in the
more
middle, the
people, it
orders
might be able to
shift
get
it
a
around
bunch
a
of them
little
out
bit.
right away, but
Yeah,
that's just not how it works.
occasionally an order will get shifted up or down the list, like where they're waiting on a print that wasn't completed yet, and a couple orders will skip ahead of them while it's being completed. But rarely does that even change the day that your order goes out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if it does, it's by one day. It'll go out the next.
Right.
So that's all good. I hopefully either I actually really don't know the timeline, but hopefully the Vortex engine updates will be available soon. I know I've been talking about those for a while and they've been a work in progress, but we really are very, very close to done. And that's why it's taking so long, because it's that last little bit of polish, which is the most time consuming.
Listen, man, you take your time putting out good products and nobody ever will complain about it. You know what? Every single, ooh, I got a present. It's a present for me. Look at this. Thank you, Bones. You know what? Every game company does these days, and everybody hates. They put out half a game and then call it a beta, and then expect you to wait 9 months for an actual good live service game.
Get it? I get it. I'm not trying to be cyberpunk out here.
But basically, don't ever do that, and no one will ever be mad at you.
I don't know if that's exactly.
Oh, did you mute yourself, or can I just not hear you now?
Oh, did I?
What
happened? Test 1 2.
Oh, my volume decided to just go all the way down for some reason. Go ahead and say whatever it was you're saying again.
I was just saying, yes, I'm not trying to be the next cyberpunk, but also I don't know if strategy of release finished products and no one will ever get mad at you. I don't know if that's as foolproof as you think.
Well, it's never as simple as you can make it seem, right? Of course, obviously, but like if you release finished products, no one will ever get mad at you for releasing a shitty product that is half finished. That's the silent G on that lasagna, okay?
Absolutely. And the cool thing is, these products, as they are now, they are finished. They're probably not bug free. However,
nothing's
all
bug
the
free.
products,
come on now,
except for the duos, are easily updatable with a USB connection to your computer.
Right.
So any bugs that do, if we were to start shipping these like 95%, 99% complete products, you wouldn't be screwed. You would just be either missing a small feature or have a small bug that you have to avoid until the update was shipped. And if we discovered that bug, the update would probably come out in the next day.
Right.
Because the hard part is finding the bug. And once you start shipping a product with bugs on it, if the people will find them.
Oh, they'll find them. That's what players do, is they find bugs.
Absolutely. And then once the bugs are located, it's actually usually pretty easy with the tools we have to locate them and fix them within a day or two. 3 if it's like a tricky one. Or like occasionally there's exceptions, obviously. But so like we're at the point where we can consider releasing them soonish. But it's kind of all these 5 different things depending on each other. There's the 3 products that need the update. There's the Vortex editor, which is out for the gloves, but the newer version is much better, and the new version of the gloves that goes with it also has more features, including things like pretty much all the features in the editor available directly on the glove set. So if you have the Vortex gloves, you can program individual pixels, whereas before on the current live version, you need the computer for that. So it's like more features will be available when that update comes out. Then there's like lightshow.lol, which I mentioned in a post recently, and that is an online version of the editor, so you won't need any downloads. You could theoretically make program sets on your TV if you really wanted to go wild.
That'd be crazy.
Right, or your fridge that can play Doom can also program like
smart fridge glove sets. When
smart
fridge glove sets when
right, and then but on top of that we have like a repository where people can use and share modes that's like also being tied up in this thing, and all future devices coming out will have support for this and provide additional support for the duos. So it's all these like tangled web of tied up projects which will just complete the Vortex ecosystem. That's all coming soon. TM.
Nuts. Soonly-ish.
But while I'm doing duos, it's hard to do that too. But it doesn't mean it'll all happen in good time.
Well, that's valid. And Dave says customers are your best testers. Which is true, but it is also true to say that they don't want to be your testers. They'd rather play a finished product. So it's that fine balance between, gotta actually finish the product enough that the bugs that they get, they don't mind. And that's what you've done. You've done a very good job.
There's another strategy to be considered where the product is finished and largely bug free, but there are more features that could be implemented, which would introduce more bugs while adding new features that would then need to be resolved. So there's the option of releasing the finished product available now, and then through updates enabling additional features, and while the bugs are being crushed over time.
Right. I think
so. There's that approach as well.
I think that's mostly what the live service version of gaming usually does, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Where the finished product and then they add features as time goes on.
Yeah, the biggest problem with that live service version is the propensity and the temptation to have that first product be super half finished, riddled with bugs. It cannot be that. It can't be that.
No. That's not what I'm talking. What I'm talking about right now is all the Vortex devices are up and running and working. Especially the Orbit is very, very, very good, because that's what I've been working on the most, and Daniel has been helping a lot with the most, but he's working on everything else even more. But the Orbit is in pretty good place. The only thing that's not fully implemented is the advanced menu. Gotcha. So it follows the same structure as the duos. It's got all the basic menus, but the advanced menus haven't fully been implemented or tested. So I could make that available sooner, while the advanced menu is still being ironed out.
Right.
But yeah, that's more of a just what do you prefer type thing.
Right. I think at this point maybe people are probably ready, because you've already put out the beta. The beta was a finished product in a lot of people's minds, and they're happy with it. So now is the time to definitely start putting out more updates and more things that people are like, well, I know it's buggy, but he told us that it might be because it's going to be, X, Y, and Z new thing.
And that's the thing. We probably wouldn't put out features that were buggy. We would probably just avoid the buggy features and finalize them and then put them out as finished features. And then all new updates have the potential for bugs. That's just kind of how it is. But luckily, these, like I said, this class of devices, very easy to update. Plug it in, click the button twice, drag and drop, done.
The ease of use on these things is exactly why they're so great.
Yeah, and then we're hoping, it's not confirmed, it's not finalized, but we're hoping that with the Chroma deck, we will be able to provide the ability, maybe with a small accessory, similar to how the Vortex gloves could add buttons and extra lights. The Chroma deck might have an add-on that allows you to program your duos as an open source product. Because they genuinely are open source, but you have to build your own programmer right now, and that's impractical.
Right.
But yeah, so that might that open source, adding that feature would also give the ability to flash and update your chips. So those would now be updatable.
That'd be
for
huge.
people with that.
That'd be a really big deal.
It'd be very, very cool.
It's very cool to see what you've done with it, and I'm really excited for you, and I hope you have another day of selling out within 12 hours.
That'd be so cool.
I'm really, really blessed for you.
I feel I'm so thankful to the community and to everyone who's supported, and it's really exciting to be tackling these new problems.
Oh yeah.
It's cool because I'm making progress. I just don't always respect the progress that I'm making. So impatient.
You're your own worst critic, and when you're nose to the grindstone, you don't really see the progress that you made in the big picture. So just keep your head up every once in a while, and sniff the roses and pet your cats. So that'll keep you sane. Say hi to Riku
That
and
was
Shadow for me. And what's the new one? What's the new one's name again?
The new one is Luffy.
Luffy. Well,
He's king of the pirates.
well, say hello to the King of the Pirates for me. And thanks again for being on, everyone.
Yeah, no problem.
12 o'clock Pacific time tomorrow for a batch of duos.
Catch you guys tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Shane.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, y'all. So let's do some light shows now. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm going to find some music. I don't suppose anyone's got any song requests, do they? Because if not, I'm just going to start playing this, whatever this is. I put it on 60 FPS and a wider screen, so last time, hopefully it's a better look. Oh yeah. You guys aren't getting any echo that whole time, were you? I hope not. Song requests available. Remember. I think I might find something else though. Let's go. Let's see. A little synth wave. What'd I do? Did I pause it? Oh my god, I paused it. That's okay. I don't like that anyway. We're gonna find something else. We're gonna find something else. So any of y'all got song requests? Song requests. Order 66 theme 10-hour version. What do you guys think? I've got time. Dave says, oh my god. Yeah, I'm sure you do, Dave. I'm sure. 10 hours of order 66 might be a bit much. All right, so what should I post this year? Should I do a Christmas light show, a birthday light show, or a 12-year anniversary light show? Which one of those should I do? 12-year anniversary. I suppose that makes sense, yeah. The anniversary light show usually makes for a more interesting context. Alright, last chance for song requests. This is the last one of the night. No one's gonna request one. I'm gonna request one of my own. How about... How about... No. My favorite song. Clap. I gotta do as much clapping as possible. So, hello, Flexo, you're late. We're finishing up now, but thanks for being here, anyways. Hello. All right, thanks y'all. Thanks for being here. Classic Thursday night, 1 hour gloving session. Most of it was talking about duos tomorrow, which is super cool. But next week we'll do some book reading. We might have a special guest, and we'll do a little more gloving. So, thank you so much for being here once again. And don't forget, it is way better to be weird than it is to be bored.